six-time Emmy award-winning writer, Sesame Street animator, and New York Times best-selling author. Those are just a few of Mo Willems' many accolades, and now he adds another as HBO Max's very first artist in residence. Welcome to the show, Mo. We are all so excited to have you with us. Now, I know that the Peanuts comics were a really big inspiration for you. How would you say that those comics molded your style and your approach to your own work?
There's so many things about Peanuts that are foundational for me. The first things that I can think of is the drawings were easy to draw, easy to copy. Charlie Brown's head is a circle, so I could make my own comics. The other thing is that these characters were dealing with real things, you know? Charlie Brown never gets to kick the football. The Pigeon never gets to drive the bus. It's frustrating.
So you've said that the famous Pigeon character was easy for you to draw, and therefore you knew that it could be easy for children to replicate. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
That's exactly right. I design every one of my characters so that a 5-year-old can reproduce it and that a grown-up can look at that and say, oh, I know what character that is. Because I don't want my books just to be read. I want them to be played. I want them to be the spark of kids' creativity.
All right, now my daughter and I were huge fans of Sesame Street. I know you worked on the show and won Emmys for that work. What would you say is your biggest takeaway from your time at this truly iconic show?
Well, I mean, it changed my life because before I got hired as a writer for Sesame Street, I didn't want to write for kids. For me, it was a gig. And as the years went on, I realized how enriching and how difficult and how challenging and how fun it was to write for children. And it was like going to grad school and discovering the meaning of your life. I mean, what could be better than that?
So when you were just sketching, right, a funny looking pigeon, a pigeon that you just couldn't get out of your head, did you ever imagine that it was going to become this huge phenomenon?
No, I did not. And neither did pretty much everyone in publishing for about 5 years. This book was rejected, and I tend to exaggerate, so I'm going to cut the number in half, 12 billion times. They said the book is unusual. And then someone published it and they said the book is unusual, but that was no longer pejorative. For me, my goal in my career is to do unusual stuff and hope that people will like it.
So that leads us, of course, to your HBO Max special. What inspired the idea to do a live Storytime special? Has this been a goal of yours?
Yes, it has, because it's a ridiculous, unusual idea. So that's why it's been a goal. I started out, as I said, in sketch comedy. And so a lot of these comedians I've known for many, many years and I've worked with. And in the same way that my drawings are made for a 5-year-old to be able to reproduce, this comedy show is made for grown-ups to learn how to reproduce being silly with your kids. When you see Anthony Anderson jumping up and down and singing a ridiculous song, you can do that. Right? When you see Rachel Dratch pretending to eat clothes, going like that, you can do that. I'm trying to give the grown-up a shamectomy to help them connect with their kids.
Now, finally, I have to ask, there are so many kids and young adults out there who have talent like you with their drawing and their sketching. Do you have any advice for them on how to achieve their dreams the way you did?
Well, I mean, you draw every day, particularly the days you don't feel like drawing, because those are usually when the difficult drawings come out. And this is my credo. Always think of your audience, but never think for your audience. If you can keep that in your head, I think your work will get better.
Thank you so much, Mo. This was truly an honor. Mo Willems and the Storytime All-Stars present Don't Let the Pigeon Do Storytime is available now on HBO Max.